Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So once again, guys, we're going to talk about
lesbians.
You heard it here, guys. Yes, back to the dumpster fire known as TikTok. I have a whole series of videos where lesbians complain about how hard it is to date women for a lot of the same reasons why us men complain about dating women. Except they think it's all sunshine and rainbows and they're going to date chicks. It's going to be better, and it turns out to be a total dumpster fire. But today, guys, we're going to focus on DV. Okay? Because we know, based on the stats, that lesbians have the highest DV rate of any other type of relationship. Okay? So we're going to get into this, guys, where we look at some girls talk about how big of a problem that this is. But before we do, guys, like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps keep this channel going. And check out my second channel, links in the description. And yeah, guys, these chicks, they date each other. They get to know each other. They get super in their feelings. They have an argument, and then all of a sudden, get over here! It's Mortal Kombat in this bad boy, all right? So here we go.
Honestly, something that's not talked about enough in lesbian relationships is how much domestic violence goes on. Just because we are the same does not mean that you should put your hands on me in any way, shape, or form. Like, there's no reason why you should be putting your hands on someone at your grown age. Like, honestly, have some emotional intelligence and self-control. Like, we're old enough that if you're that angry, you should be able to leave the room. There's no reason why you should physically assault someone. And honestly, like, you know, I fought hard to be openly gay, especially because society doesn't want us to be openly gay. There's no reason why we should come out the closet and get beat up. Like, come on now.
There it is, guys. There it is. She said she came out of the closet, you know, all of a sudden, and now she's getting stone cold stunners and rock bottoms. You know what I'm saying? And guys, her hashtags, hashtag LDHDTV, hashtag DV Survivor, hashtag DV Awareness, hashtag Lesbian, hashtag Women Loving Women, hashtag Femmes of TikTok, hashtag Studs of TikTok. And it's funny because in the comments here, guys, it says, hold on. Someone says, I agree. She said, I never understood this. Several lesbians that I've met say that they've gotten physical with their partners because we're, quote unquote, we're both girls. How is that okay? And it has like 2,400 likes. So this is a huge problem, guys, and all these comments are all supporting this. Someone says, yes, my ex-girlfriend got super violent. And it's sad because I used to blame myself because I should have known that she was violent. Someone says, when we're in a heated argument, I want to go out so I can cool myself down, but my girl's always grabbing me and pinning me down. Clown world, guys. Clown world.
Part 2 of my experiences in a domestic violence lesbian relationship. So before I talk to you about the night that I left, it had just increasingly got worse and worse and worse, like it does. Nobody ever starts out being abusive, but there was a lot of red flags. Like I said, she isolated me from my friends. She would show up at my job, at my school. She wasn't a student, thank goodness. So I had that separation, and our friend groups were completely different. It got so bad that she wouldn't let my mom come to our house because she hated my mom, because my mom helped me and supported me in ways that her mom didn't. And it's a wild sentence to say that my mom wasn't allowed to come to my house. My mom had to stay in like shitty motels when she came to visit. And it was because I didn't want to lose my housing. I loved her, but not more than my mom. But like, I just needed to finish school because I had transferred. This is my third university. I had already taken 2 years off of school. Like, I was so determined. Another reason that I was afraid of her was that like she had family members who were meth heads, and like white people and meth in like small town Oregon. I've seen Breaking Bad. No, thank you. And that's no judgment to people who use drugs, because I've used those drugs too. But like,
That's not a surprise. Guys, look at these tattoos. Just tattoos on her face. Look at that. On the left side, on the right side, she's got a heart. Tattoos on her chest. Guys, what do you think? Get in the comments. What do you think that she was going to school for? Because you can be damn sure that it wasn't science, technology, engineering, math, all right? And guys, for hashtags, hashtag lesbian, hashtag LDHDTV, hashtag DV, hashtag lesbian DV. Come on, man.
And she would talk about like Hell's Angels and stuff. That just really scared me. I remember Googling like emotional abuse, or asking my friend. I messaged my friend on Facebook and I was like, how do you know if you're in an emotionally abusive relationship? And she would hack into my Facebook, or we shared a computer. I didn't like hide my password, so she would look at my Facebook and she found that, and she asked me about it one day, but like not directly, like in a roundabout way, in a way to make it seem like it was her idea to ask this. But from the questions that she was asking, I knew that she saw my message to my friend. And I wasn't perfect. I think that's another thing that survivors is like, we're not perfect people. Oh, and we're under so much scrutiny because it's like, if you're not cowering in the corner, never doing anything, never reacting to the abuse that you're experiencing, then you must have deserved it. But just because I wasn't perfect and I made mistakes and I always didn't make the best decisions as a partner does not mean that I deserved to be abused. I did not deserve to be gaslit. I did not deserve to be made afraid. I did not deserve to have my housing put in jeopardy every time she felt insecure or got mad at me. I didn't deserve to have someone who was trying to control me or have power over me. She weaponized her whiteness against me. She weaponized...
I'm sorry, guys. She weaponized her whiteness against me, guys. Where's the race card at, okay? I gotta pull that out. So for those of you guys who might not remember, AJ is black. I've been black for 43 years now. Almost 43 years now. And I still would like someone to explain to me what weaponizing your whiteness means, and especially how modern women always seem to try and act like that's a thing. Okay? She weaponized her whiteness. Someone in the comments, help me, please. These are just these modern women made up words. And I'm going to say it, guys. She honestly thought, oh, I'm going to date a woman. It's going to be awesome. And there's no way that it could be anywhere near all the bad stuff that I've have experienced with the guys I've chosen. But guess what, lady?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
The grass is not greener on the other side. Right, guys?
My fear of the police against me. And I made mistakes. I relapsed during our relationship, but I did not deserve the way that she treated me, and neither do you.
Clown world, guys. Isn't it funny how women are usually the heroes or the victims in their own stories? When most of the time they aren't victims, they're volunteers, guys. Clown world.
It's a really big narrative, right? That there's a queer woman, she's going about her life, she doesn't realize she's queer yet. And when she does, she gets to be liberated. She gets to leave behind all of these toxic, abusive men she's been dating and enter the community and enter this utopia of women just dating each other. Except there's a really big problem with us reinforcing that narrative. Rates of abuse in relationships between women aren't just as bad as what heterosexual women have to face from men, it's actually worse.
There it is, guys. See? It's not just me talking shit, guys. She said it. She said it, not me. There it is, guys. There it is. Right? She even said it. They go, oh, that they're LDHD TV now, and life is going to be awesome, and the freaking dolphins and the rainbows and the cherubs and the heavens. Everything's going to be great, right? Just to find out that it's crazier over there.
This is a really rigorous study, and half of the women they surveyed said they had experienced abuse in a relationship with a woman. In this study, about 20% of heterosexual women experienced violence from men, 35% of queer women. What impact are we leaving when we say that men are the only ones that are abusive?
Facts.
If we only ever talk about queer relationships being perfect and idyllic, then everyone feels isolated because you believe you're the only one, because
But if you foster an environment where no one can criticize the LDHCTV community, how are you supposed to get this information out there? Clown world, guys. Clown world, right? Am I wrong here?
everyone's having a perfect relationship, right? To be really clear, a huge part of why this is happening is a lack of external support due to queerphobia. The courts and the police, are you kidding me? Even the domestic abuse shelters, they don't know how to help LGBTQ people.
Because you've made everyone scared shitless to actually try and do anything. Imagine, guys, if you were to actually say at your workplace or anywhere in public or anything where you weren't anonymous that lesbians are out there, you know, giving each other the macho man elbow drops, you get canceled. And now, of course, once again, it's she's probably gonna say men's fault. I guarantee you that's what she's insinuating. That it's men's fault for not understanding what lesbians are going through. And look at the bull ring, okay? The shaved head. Come on, man. Her hashtags as hashtag queer, hashtag LDHDTV, hashtag lesbians, hashtag women love women, hashtag sapphic, hashtag gay, hashtag LDHDTV community, hashtag queer women, hashtag DV awareness.
Can you trust that someone's not going to turn around and be like, well, yeah, you're a degenerate, of course your relationships are like that? That doesn't mean that we can ignore this. If you're facing violence in your relationship right now, this is a hotline to call in the US. Please consider calling it, and this one in Australia. Neither of them are LGBTQ specific, but they're endorsed by LGBTQ associations.
Clown world, guys. So someone put, of course, these women in the comments don't like what she's saying, so they have to question the statistics. Do you think that the stats are inaccurate? And if they are, do you think that they're inaccurate because people who date men most likely don't realize that they're experiencing abuse? Someone says DV in general is very normalized, especially when a woman is the perpetrator. It's probably harder to recognize in women love women relationships. Facts. Facts. And this guy said, turns out there's terrible people on every side. Funny how that works, right, guys? And look at all these chicks chiming in, saying that they were getting the friggin' the diamond cutter by their lesbian girlfriend, right? So, guys, let me know what you think. Check out the playlist at the end, guys. I'm going to keep this series going, and I'm out of here, guys. See you soon.